Okay. Hey, y'all. Welcome to Realty Talk. I'm your host, Nikki with a Y. This is where we talk about real estate. No fluff, no pressure, no questions are off the table. Well, most questions are on the table. Today is a really special day. Today is the very first episode of Realty Talk. We're here with Frank and Alexis Carrion. They are brand new homeowners. This is not only a new home and a new community, but Alexis runs her small business from home as well. Today, we're going to be talking about everything, the stuff that scared them, the stuff that surprised them, what was easier than they thought would be, and what they just didn't see coming. So if you or somebody that you know is looking to build or buy your own construction home, this episode you definitely don't want to miss. Why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves and tell us what made you decide to buy your first home?
My name is Alexis, and I feel like the reason that we were ready to purchase our first home was to start our family foundation as we did start to grow our family, and we were just ready for the next step that was meant for us.
Yeah. Okay.
And like Nikki mentioned, my name's Francisco. The reason we decided to purchase our first home was to give our little boy his own little playground, his own space, somewhere to call home. He can have his toys, wherever he wants. I walk out and get some juice late at night, step on some Legos. But yeah, we wanted to give him his own home.
I love that. I love that. And the fact that you guys are 25 years old is just it's awesome. Frank here is our breadwinner. He gets up and goes to work every day, as Alexis is our stay-at-home mom who runs this awesome company of her own. So trust me, guys, it's possible. All right. So with that being said, was there ever any part of the process that was just really overwhelming and confusing?
From the get go.
Okay.
From the get go, mainly because it's a new process, it's a new experience, and it's not like you're going and you're buying a $5 toy. It's a big investment. So with that being said, I'm looking at these numbers, and that's a lot. So we have to take into consideration that not only do we have the mortgage, but you have to pay your gas, your light,
Oh yeah.
your insurance, and whatnot.
Yeah, cost of living.
I would have to agree with him on that. We did have a lot of doubt to see if we could afford it because we are off of one income.
Mm-hmm.
So that had a big part in it. But I mean, everything is possible if you set your goals and you're positive about it, it'll happen.
Definitely. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. If God's with you, who can be against you, right? So another thing is, was there anything that kind of popped up that kind of just surprised y'all and threw y'all for a loop? Like, what? They're asking for this? Yeah.
One little detail that did catch my attention per se was as I got deeper into the process, they asked me to break down, my budgeting is what I pay per month.
Like your recurring monthly payments.
Yes.
Yeah.
So then at one point in time, I said that I pay my in-laws rent per month. So then they messaged me or emailed me back and asked me, well, what do you mean by in-laws? So I had to kind of like correct myself and tell them no. Um, Out of respect, I call them my in-laws, and in the Mexican culture, that's what we refer them to.
I would have to say that was like our main like issue. Like
Yeah.
it just caught us by surprise. Like I mean, they look for every little detail.
Yeah.
And they will backtrack. Oh, you said this, but you said this. So they want to make sure that you're not lying. Like you're being honest.
Everything has to be legit.
Yeah, I mean, who wants to go to jail for mortgage fraud? Not me. Okay, so what made you guys decide to go with a new built construction home versus a pre-existing home?
Knowing that it's a freshly built home
Mm-hmm.
and that they provide us with warranty was a big satisfaction. If you were to buy something that's already used or pre-owned, there's no telling what's wrong with the house.
Comes with ghost, we don't know. All right, Alexis, what about you?
I would have to say the same thing. We were looking for a new home because of the warranty. It was like a little bit of a weight off of our shoulders that we didn't have to worry about it.
Okay.
Mhm.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I could definitely see why you would go that route. I could definitely see that. So, was there ever a time that you guys were like, maybe I'm not ready for this, and I just kind of want to back out? Let's stop.
Mm, I felt like yes and no. We just, like I said, like for our first question, there was just a lot of doubt.
Okay.
I was more of like on the negative side. Like, what if I was just scared to go into something that we weren't able to afford? Because then we're just digging ourselves into a deeper hole and we won't be able to get ourselves out of. So I was just more worried that are we gonna be okay? Because we are off of one income. And I do my business too, but that's not really a steady income like job is. So that was something that we had to keep in consideration. I mean, we also do have baby. Hospital bills can come up.
Pampers don't stop coming.
Um I was more on the negative side and he was more on like the no, you gotta be positive, but you have to be realistic. Anything can happen.
Yep.
I guess we both came to an agreement that the last thing we needed was failure more than anything because we have our son.
Oh
And
yeah.
we didn't want him to go through that failure, like, oh, we
Mhm.
can't afford this or we can't do that.
Yeah, I completely get you. I definitely get you. But I am really happy that you guys, signed, sealed, delivered. You dotted your I's, you crossed your T's, and got the keys. All right. So, Alexis, how long have you owned 7R Yum Yums, and how did it all start?
I started 7 Yum Yums back in 2019.
Oh.
So it all started is I've always had the passion of creating and baking. So I just put them two to two together and I have my baking business. So it was pretty like rough to start with because you have to start from the bottom.
Yeah.
So it was very hard, but here we are in 2026 and it's still going.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, what is that? 7 years, right? Six.
About seven.
Don't worry. Don't hold that against me. It's
Mhm.
6, but we're going on 7.
Yeah, but let me go back
Yes.
to as to why I created it.
Mhm.
I've always like I wanted to. I've had all these images in my head that I can do this cake. I can do this cake, but to actually put it together, it's like wow, I did that. It's like a form of art.
Yes. Yes.
And art comes in different forms, and that was my way of expressing art.
Well, I love your art. I
Thank
love
you.
your form. It tastes so good and it looks even prettier.
Thank
It
you.
really, really does. So, other than the cookies, what other yummies do you make? And what exactly is your most popular yummy?
Okay, I also make custom cakes. Single tier, triple tier. I've gone as to making a 6-tiered cake.
Ooh.
Cake dummies, I do those too.
I'm a cake dummy because I don't know what you mean by a cake dummy.
Okay, cake dummy is where it's styrofoam. It's exactly a shape of a cake and everything, but it's styrofoam. You decorate it like it's a real cake. People get them for weddings. You think their cake is real, but they're serving you a half sheet of their cake.
So you sell
Fake cakes.
Oh, I was about to say you
Yeah.
sell real treats and you sell illusion
Yeah,
treats.
pretty much.
Oh, okay.
I also do. I don't
That's
know if you've heard of it. Candy enchilado.
Yes, like the pica.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gummy berries covered in chile.
Do you do the apples?
I also do apples. Yeah.
Ah, those are my
With the tamarindo coating.
Yes, those are so good. I absolutely love those.
And cheesecake cups. It's a no bake cheesecake with a little topping on top.
Did you fruit?
Yes, I add fruit on them.
Okay, so you've been running your home for several years. 6. Math said 6. For several years. What is one thing that people just kind of don't get about running your own business from home?
People don't get that it takes a lot of dedication. It takes a lot of how can I put it? You need you need to set your goals.
Okay.
Because it's not gonna come easy. It's gonna be a little hard. It's gonna be hard at first because you gotta start from somewhere. You gotta put your brand out there so people can get to know you. You gotta set yourself apart.
What do you mean by that?
You gotta be unique. I mean, everybody can do a treat. Everybody can make a cake.
Oh, kind of like anybody can be a Nikki, but not everybody can be a Nikki with a Y.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay. I gotcha.
So there's gonna come trials to where it's like you're gonna feel discouraged because it's like, oh, I was doing good, but now I'm slowing down. So don't get discouraged because it's gonna happen. But the sales are there. You just gotta fight for them.
You know, and it's crazy that you say that because you are obviously in the homemaking business, right? You have your own treats, and I'm on the total end of a whole other spectrum, you know. But I completely understand when you say you have your ups and you definitely have your downs where you're just kind of sitting there like, did I make the right choice in sticking with this? Should I do something else? But yes, discipline and consistency is always key. So yes, you're doing awesome. Sorry, I got to it. It was really good. That's mine. That one's mine, guys.
Thank you.
So again, any kind of yummies that you're looking for, Alexis is based here out of Crandall, Texas. 7R Yum Yum. She's your girl. Baked from home, made with love. But I love you guys' story because this gives a great example of the opportunities that homeowning brings. It doesn't just give you a place to call home and a place to live and stability for your babies, but it also creates opportunities, you know, so that you can start your own business, so that you can do things your way. So I love that for you guys. What would you guys say to somebody that is like, oh, I want to buy a house, but I'm not sure. I'm just kind of on the fence. I'm not really sure. What would you say to them?
If you're thinking about it, do it.
Yeah.
Just shoot your shot. You're either gonna get a yes or no, and I mean, what else can happen?
Yeah.
Yes, there's gonna be a lot of fear, but if you never try it, you're never gonna find out, right?
That's right.
And one thing that I can reference to, and I always think about it, my realtor sent me a text message when I first started the process, and she said, behind that fear is a great investment.
Yes. Yes.
That's the best advice she could have ever gave me.
That is awesome. That's great advice. Yes.
So, and along with that, there's going to be sacrifices. So just keep that in mind.
So, what would you tell a first-time homeowner or a first-time home buyer?
I would have to tell them not to be scared. It's gonna be hard. You may run into some troubles, but your realtor is gonna be there to guide you through. That's what they're there for. Ask all the questions. If you don't like a home, it's okay. It's not a big deal. Your home is out there.
Yes.
Don't be scared.
Yes.
And don't be discouraged because that's how I was. But it's okay. Have positivity because it's gonna help you. It's gonna help you a lot. And the way I see it is, it's don't feel like, are we ready? Are we not ready? And take your step back. No, if you already have your gains that you're gonna do this, do it.
Gotcha. So what I'm kind of hearing is,
it sounds scary, but it's not scary.
Yes, and do not let fear dictate you from just asking a question. Being a homeowner could literally be a question away. I was talking to Frank a little earlier, and he did let me know, like, hey, you know, the thought didn't even really go through my mind until I saw this ad on Facebook that was like, get into a home with $1,000 down, payments lower than what you're paying in rent and stuff like that. So definitely, if you come across something like that, if it's in you, if you're curious, just ask. Just ask. Home ownership, there are so many different programs to help you guys get into these homes, not just, you know, with money. No, there's other programs to help you guys. Okay. So with that being said, if you or somebody that you know is looking to purchase a home, definitely just ask. That's what we're here for. You don't have to figure this all out on your own. Okay. We're here to guide you every step of the way. With that being said, I am so excited that you guys were on my show. Okay.
No, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yes. This is exactly why I created Realty Talk, so that I could have real people, real experiences with real stories and real solutions. Okay. Again, if you're thinking of purchasing, just ask. All right. Make sure you like, make sure you comment. And remember, guys, sharing is caring. I am your favorite Texas realtor, Nikki with a Y. Again, thank you, Alexis, with your 7R Yum Yums. Make sure to check her out. And we will see you on the next episode of Realty Talk.